Kuyu Wangui grew up like any other teenage girl, except for one problem that really bothered her. She had a challenge of weight. She felt that she was overweight and needed a solution to this problem. And so she went to the internet to look for a solution to this problem. And she came across one article that suggested that ingesting alcohol or taking alcohol would help her lose weight. And just like that, a very young, innocent teenage girl got into alcoholism, and before long, she invited even her friends and peers into taking alcohol. So what started off as a quest to lose weight ended up being an addiction and even inducting other persons into using drugs. And so I thought, let me enlighten us a bit, because most of us have different myths and misconceptions about drug users or alcohol users, and we cast aspersions that are really unnecessary without really understanding their plight or where they're coming from. Because really, it is helpful to be able to recognize the signs of harmful substance use, and it's also good and important to know when it's necessary to refer someone for appropriate assessment and therapy or treatment. Because harmful substance use poses a great challenge not only for the individual but for families and the whole community at large. And so I thought, let me give us these myths and facts so that we are better placed, we are more aware, we have a more informed opinion of where the truth lies. And so myth number one, we often think that overcoming substance abuse or substance dependency is simply a matter of willpower. You can stop using drugs if you really want to. But the fact of the matter is, prolonged exposure to drugs and alcohol changes the brain activity. The brain makeup is such that there are some chemicals that, when interfered with, make it somewhat difficult to just quit by sheer choice or by sheer willpower. Admittedly, there are some people that, decide from today henceforth, I'm not going to take alcohol or drugs anymore. But a very small percentage, because look at the effect the drug has on the brain activity, on the brain chemicals, and that essentially makes it a bit difficult for people to stop usage immediately. Okay? Myth number two, most of us think that a substance use disorder is a disease and there is nothing you can do about it. The fact is, well, yes, it is a disease and it's classified as a disease, but that does not mean that you're helpless. Okay? Dependency on a substance can be treated through therapy, medication, exercise, and other forms of treatment or remedies that exist thereof. So it's not a case of there is nothing we can do about it. No, there is treatment, there is therapy, there is different modes of intervention that can be brought forth to help an addict or somebody who is in active usage. Myth number three is that people who misuse or abuse drugs and alcohol have to hit rock bottom before they can get better. Now, what do I mean when I say rock bottom? Rock bottom is that state where somebody goes to their lowest of lowest. They have used to the point where they feel that there's nothing left for them. And so we tend to think that people who abuse or use drugs or alcohol have to hit rock bottom before they can get better. The fact is, treatment and recovery can begin at any point of substance use. Whether you're just experimenting, you're just using for a few months, a few years, or you have been using for a long time, treatment and recovery can begin at any point of substance use disorder. And the earlier, the better, okay? Because the longer substance use continues, the harder it is to treat. So you don't really have to wait till you hit rock bottom. I'd suggest you start early, okay? The other myth that we hold as true, and it's not really true, is that you cannot force someone into treatment. They just want help. Well, this is a very dicey one, because as a therapist, it's true that I've encountered people who have come to seek therapy, and I'd say 80% of them are forced into the treatment process. But the truth is, it's better if someone wants to get treatment out of their own free will. However, treatment does not have to be voluntary to be successful. Someone that is pressured into treatment is also likely to benefit as those who choose to enter treatment on their own. So it can go either way. It's not really exclusive that people who have come voluntarily are the ones who will, eventually get back to where they were. No, it can go either way, okay? And the last myth number 5, is that if treatment did not work before, there is no point of trying again. Why? Because some people say that some cases are hopeless. Well, I disagree, and the fact is that recovery from substance abuse or substance use disorders is a long process and it often involves setbacks. And therefore, relapse does not mean that treatment has failed. Okay? So it has to be a step-by-step process. It's not something that you will want or expect instant results. It doesn't work that way. It has to be sequential so that this person is helped through the process. And so I'd like to urge us, and moving forward, whenever we encounter our brothers and sisters who are addicts, let us not think of them as gone cases or hopeless cases or people that cannot really get any form of help, because their drug use was influenced by something, and in the same vein, in the same manner, their urge to stop using should equally be influenced by something or someone. And this someone is me and you. This something is us encouraging them on. This something is us showing them that unconditional love. This something is telling them that they are not in this fight alone, because their greatest need, their greatest worry, their greatest demand is love and unconditional love. Because the moment you walk with them, this journey will get to understand their pain and understand where they are coming from. So let's stop it with the many myths that we thought were true and not really true. Let's get the facts right and soldier on to help our brothers and sisters who are in the scourge of drug addiction. Till next time, keep safe. God loves you. Bye for now. Cheers.